Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ruffled, also Big Titty Man. You already know it. You know what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know why I keep these around my room anymore. Welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Today, we're going to be covering something that we already covered, a little bit of a theory we already covered the other day about the legendary dogs in Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield. This was covered with me and my homeboy, Deadman with Shoes. Say hi to the people, my friend, once again.
What's good, people? It's me, Deadman with Shoes here, back again.
Once again.
Once again.
But yeah, so he's back, and also I should probably leave this on the side. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, so something has actually developed within that theory that we had. So our theory was, and this is a theory that we figured out on day one, okay? This is not something, this was thanks to, you know, me remembering one specific thing about Black Dog, which is like a specific, you know, mythological creature from, you know, from the UK, so to say. It's a mythological creature from that kind of part of the world. And also, thanks to the viewers discovering something called the Bystian Dragon, right? Bystian Dragon. You guys discovered that and sent that my way, and basically we connected the dots and it all made total sense. So, how does this make any sense to you guys, and what does this even matter, and what have we found now that actually connects this better? Well, this was actually found by Joe Merrick, your boy Joe Merrick, aka the man who runs Serby.net. He actually found this, and I think it's actually something interesting that we should cover. Now, of course, if you want to check out the original video, it's this one right here. It is on the channel. Go check it out. It's called, like, Let's Talk Theories, Legendary Dogs, and Dragon. So if you want to check that out, do check it out, guys. But there's also still the possibility that we're going to see other legendaries. You know, like, there's probably going to be legendaries, like, you know, like, similar to the Tapus or, like, the Reggies in the previous games, or, you know, like, several of those, like, smaller legendaries you don't think of, like, you know what I mean, like the Lake Trio and that sort of stuff. There's probably also going to be a trio of Pokemon, right? Because we usually do get that sort of stuff. But the main legendaries could end up being two dogs, kind of similar to how, like, Solgaleo and Lunala work, right? Because they all come from, like, one thing first, but then, you know, evolve into, you know, things a little bit differently, to put it bluntly, right? So either way, check out that video if you want to. But let's talk about the actual thing that we've now noticed, which will connect to our original theory. So we're going to repeat our theory at the end, but we'll start with the new discoveries, which is this right here. So Joe Merrick actually found this, said, or rather somebody actually pointed out to him, but hey, guess what, whoever put it out, you gave it to him, he gave it to us, that's good enough for me, so I'll give the credit to Joe Merrick for this one. But either way, so here is the image from the trailer, if you guys may remember this one. This one shows basically, you know, just the arena here, which is the, I mean, I'm assuming this is going to be some sort of, like, the change to the gym battles is going to be that they're going to be tournaments instead of gym battles, but they're going to still be called gym battles, because, I don't know, it's Game Freak. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But also, I'm going to point something out about this later on, which is that I think that this is the final battle, actually. I don't think this is how all the gyms look like. I think that the trailer deceived us, actually, a little bit. And the trailer showed us, like, you know, this, like, arena when the character walks into the green, you know, the green gym or whatever. It looks like, you know, from our perspective in the trailer, it seemed like you were walking inside of, you know, this exact arena. But it wasn't. It could actually end up being that that's the final battle you do. It's going to be like Wembley Stadium or something like that. I mean, when you get to, like, the final, so to say, it's the final city. So there is a chance that gym battles may still be actually really interesting and not just these tournament-styled ones. But, you know, either way, that's besides the point. Here's the one point that we want to see, though. In this room right here, or in this image, there is a certain thing that is actually in here that people haven't noticed. And somebody actually managed to find it and then send it to Joe here, and that's this right here. Now, you may have a hard time noticing it and seeing what I'm talking about, but once we go over here and zoom in a little bit more, and if you kind of look in the area where my face cam is, I'll move it right over here, you'll notice it in the corner right here, guys. You'll notice right there that there is a specific little image right up there. There's a little dog. There's a little doggy. And this doggy, ladies and gentlemen, could be the hint towards what the legendary in this region is going to be like. So let's take a look at the actual thing itself a little bit closer. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the actual dog. And as you can see, it looks like it's going to be a electric type, okay? I'm going to be honest. It looks like an electric type. It looks like it is the legendary dog. Remember also that on the markings, right, in the Pokemon, you know, Sword and Shield trailer, on the markings on the trainer's, like, shirt when he walks inside of the tournament arena or whatever, or the gym, once he walks in there, you know, you see the dogs right there on the side. So would it be surprising that they also had these dogs, these legendary dogs that are, you know, famous in this, you know, region? Would it be surprising if those dogs were also, you know, being promoted on the side of, you know, like the sponsors areas, which, you know, is basically supposed to be like the, you know, the sponsor area where you usually would have, like, Pepsi or Cola or something like that. Well, basically what I'm assuming is that this could be something within that same vein. But right there, as you can see it, guys, it's a straight up dog. It looks like it's got, you know, a tail that looks like it's supposed to be like a lightning strike or whatever. Also, I do apologize about Facebook, guys. I'm getting a million freaking messages at the same time. Apologies about that. Either way, Back to this though, it does look like a lightning dog, but why does this matter at all? Why is this important? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this connects back to our original theory about Black Dog. Now, Black Dog, ladies and gentlemen, is basically a demonic entity that is found primarily in the folklore of the British Isles, but also it exists within, it exists sort of within the UK as well. I mean, if you guys have ever watched Sherlock Holmes, you've got like the dog, or I think the Hound of Baskerville or whatever, and that's all based on kind of this mythology and whatnot. It kind of heralds from here. But you will notice one actually interesting thing about this, and that's what if we read the actual post here, which we'll read through the actual article, you'll actually realize something once we get to a certain point. So here's what they say: a black dog is a spectral or demonic entity found primarily in the folklore of the British Isles. The black dog is essentially a nocturnal apparition. So it isn't basically like that kind of gives you an indication this thing could be a dark or a ghost type. But they also say here, some of them shapeshifters, and often said to be associated with the devil or described as ghost or hellhounds. Its appearance was regarded as a portent of death. It is generally supposed to be larger than a normal dog and often has a large glowing eyes. It is sometimes associated with electrical storms such as Black Shucks and appearances at Bungay and Suffolk, and also with crossroads, places of execution, and ancient pathways. So this instantly will let you know something. Right here, guys. It is sometimes associated with electrical storms. Now, you will notice again, look at the image. How does this wolf right here look like? It looks like it has a tail that looks like a freaking lightning strike. It looks like an electric type dog. And this actually opens up a lot of doors. I think this could tell us what these dogs are going to be actually fully on based on. I think both, personally, this is me again, I think both of them are going to have a typing that's going to both be electric, but then a secondary typing that might be, different. Or maybe, it could go another way, because there could be, this dog and maybe another dog that's based on something totally different. We don't know yet, but I think this one, at least, one of the dogs is definitely based on the mythological creature of the black dog, which straight up makes total sense now. It is connected to electrical storms. It is described, within that sense, literally right there, guys. You can read it yourself. Right there, associated with electrical storms. This thing literally has a tail for a lightning, and it makes total sense. But now, there's another thing I want to bring up right now, and this again breaks, down really well with our previous theory, which we talked about, the other day, about, these dogs and whatnot. They actually connect to another mythological creature, and that's this one right here. And this is the one where you're going to get the explanation from your homeboy over here, my boy, Deadman with Shoes. So explain to them, what is the Bistairn dragon, my friend?
Yes, so the Bestern dragon is an ancient like folklore about this dragon who lived around the east of Bestern, a place in the UK. But the interesting thing here about why is this relevant, right? For one, it's the UK, and it's where we're gonna have the Pokemon region. But we also see here, as we mentioned in the previous video, that see, in order to kill the dragon, a valiant knight, usually named Berkeley, built a hide and with 2 dogs lay in wait. So obviously the 2 dogs is, from what we're thinking, from the game, and the 2 dogs from the ancient folklore, such as one of the black dogs, and the other one was the Gwilgi, another dog that is also the darkness and fire.
Okay, so yeah, as you just described, basically there is the story here, you can kind of read through it yourself here on the actual post. And actually, I will do that as well to kind of give you a bit of a rundown of the actual story, in simple terms. But on top of that, I want to just bring something up here. So basically, 2 dogs or 2 wolves alongside this valiant knight take down a dragon. Now, we are thinking that these 2 dogs are going to be the legendaries in this game, and there's going to be a 3rd legendary that's going to be a dragon. And of course, there's going to be some sort of trio of Pokemon as well, a trio of legendaries, mythicals. It's going to be a lot of Pokemon in this game, guys, that can be based on different things. I've heard people say there's going to be a snake, a snake, metal snake, steel-type snake Pokemon, legendary, and a one based on a horse. I think specifically on the wooden horse of Troy. That's from a rumor that's been circulating, so there's a potential for that still to happen. It's a little bit of a messy one, but I think this one makes the most sense because we have some level of proof for it, based on that dog right there running in the actual image that we saw from Joe Merrick. So that's still a possibility. But now actually let's read the actual, thing right here and just kind of break it down simply. So, the local tradition is that a dragon had his den at Burley Beacon, about 3 miles, 4.8 kilometers east east of Burstein at Burley. There are several versions of the tale, one being that the creature flew every morning to Bistern, where it would be supplied with milk. In order to kill the dragon, a valiant knight, usually named Berkeley, built a hide, and with 2 dogs lay in wait. The creature came as usual one morning for its milk, and when the hut door was open, the dogs attacked it, and while thus engaged, the knight took the dragon by surprise. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so here's a quick insert that I forgot to add to the original video, and that is about the actual typings of this thing. I didn't go through it too well. I personally just mentioned lightning and this and that, but actually, Deadman here has a better rundown of this. So, can you quickly just give them a rundown of the typings, just in a quick, summarized way, what the typings would be of these things, if they are actually based on Black Dog? We have 2 of them. What do you think?
So yeah, obviously what we mentioned here before. So the black dog is associated with the apparitions, and it's also with ghosts. So that's why I think it's gonna be a ghost type. And as you see in the Twitter post, that was from the arena. You asked the lightning things, and as well from the hill, the lightning bolts. So it's gonna be ghost lightning, is my guess. And the other one we have not seen many hints from that in the game. But my guess it's the other one is going to be Dark and Fire, which is also very interesting since it's very dark theme on with a ghost that dark to legendaries. So it really isn't sure about the other dog, but I'm pretty sure that the first dog is going to be Ghost and Electric, and the dragon is dragon type, and beyond that it's all just could be anything really.
Yeah, just pretty much speculation at that point. But yeah, so just want to quickly insert this here, and yeah, let's continue, shall we? And I think Deadman with Shoes just kind of went into that pretty, solidly for you guys, and said that in simple terms, this story connects well with the legendaries we might have here. We still don't know what the legendaries are, but the fact that they put the wolves or whatever they are, the dogs, the fact that they put them on the pommels of the sword and on the shield is very strange. I mean, they're clearly, these are clearly important creatures, important Pokemon, to put it bluntly. They're clearly going to be in the game and have a big significance. So I don't think they'd put them there otherwise. The same way they wouldn't, Sun and Moon wouldn't be, having Solgaleo Lunala being connected directly to those two opposite, things, if they didn't have some level of relevance to them, to the story and what's going to be happening, what they are in the games. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd love to know what you guys think about that. But there's also another theory, which is a little bit of a little bit of an iffy one, right? Because it's hard to really tell. And that's coming from this right here, guys. So you all may recognize this. This looks just like those, weird drawings that you see from, like in the UK, there's like these weird drawings on hills, and I already know, like I've already seen them. I know they exist for real. They're actual things. I mean, people keep sending them to me. I'm like, yeah, guys, I know. So thank you for that, guys. I appreciate it though. But I've already seen them, so don't worry. I've seen those already, and I know what they're about. But right here, you'll see this thing, and I first suggested that this was Melmetal, but my friend Elias here said that he doesn't think so, and he thinks it's something totally different. So I'd like to hear his take on this. Like, what do you think, Elias, that this could be? Because there's a lot of possibilities for this, man. So what do you think?
Yes, so the interesting thing here we can mention, right? So if you look at the design of Melmetal, it is like very different from what we see on the hill. But what I think is that this is gonna be either a third evolution or a different type of Melmetal that we'll see in the game. So or might be associated with the dragon in a way. We're not sure yet, right? But I think it's for sure associated with Meltan, but it's not Melmetal, mainly because of it's very different in design. And also another thing, interesting thing we mentioned in the previous video is the apparition that is seen like next to the dragon, which might be seen as the Meltan Pokemon, we can say, which could be associated with the black dog, which we recently mentioned, with the lightning coming from it. So as you said in the article, it is seen. It can be associated with apparitions, and it's very clearly an apparition or a breath. It could be either way, but my guess is that this is the apparition of the black dog shooting his lightnings. So yeah, what do you think?
So yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. I personally think that this, I mean, that's what I originally thought, and I agree to some level, but I also think that this could be the dragon There's a potential this could be a dragon. There's also a potential this could be like something like, Curum or something. Like something like that, because it does also have like a weird tail that kind of looks like that. It looks kind of like spiky at the back, so it definitely doesn't look like Melmetal. The more I look at it, the more like less and less looks like Mel. I mean, look at Melmetal versus this. Like, it's got a spiky back. The tail is different. I mean, I can barely see the tail of this one, and this one's like pretty long. Also, just the general style of it is just so different. As well as if you look at the actual face up here, it doesn't look like, like originally I thought it was like, oh, it's like the Meltan, Melmetal head, just that thing. But instead it looks more like this part right here. This exact area right here seems to be like sticking out a bit further, looking like it's almost a beak or something, which gives me a feeling this could be slightly more like the actual dragon from the story of the Bystian dragon, and these could be Meltans down here, somehow connected to it, and potentially the apparition, the dog, is the one fighting it here. Also, this could also simply just be the fire being shot out of the actual monster. There's still a potential for that, and that it's maybe a fire lightning type thing going on right here. There's still potential for that, but like he mentioned though, like Deadman mentioned, there is a chance at the end of the day that this could be, I mean, again, this could still be the apparition of the black dog, aka the legendary that we, the dog legendaries that we might get, and that's shooting out the lightning. Or maybe even potentially it could have been that the dogs of lightning were born from this creature, or were brought to, life from this creature. There's a potential for that as well. I mean, there's a lot of ways that this can be seen, but it's really hard to, like, pinpoint it to a specific thing. So, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, it's really, like, how you look at it and how you define it yourself and how you feel about it. It's kind of hard to, like, give it a exact, thing. So, I don't know, I just wanted to bring this up and mention it as well in this video. But yeah, guys, so that is about it for that stuff, guys. And yeah, I think we've pretty much gone through everything. I think this is probably the main point I want to bring up, is that this dog is here, and it clearly is probably hinting at something, feels like it is hinting that the legendaries are going to be something like this, some sort of dogs. And yeah, that's the general gist of it, guys. If you did enjoy the video, then drop a like down below. Check out Deadman with Shoes on Twitter, guys, if you want to give him some love. The man is about to hit almost 100 followers on there, so do show him some love there. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is RuffledRowlit. If you enjoyed the video, hit a like down below. Let's see if we can hit like 500 likes. That'd be appreciated. Some of future videos, and I'll catch you on the next one. Have yourselves a great day, and bye-bye, ladies and gentlemen.